Hello, Harley. Hello. Okay, let's get started. So, we are on the last section of topic 1, integers. Introduction to substitution. So can we turn over to page number 6, I believe? 6, that's right. Okay, page number 6. So, if I had in a basket an apple plus 3 bananas, okay? And I told you an apple was 2 kilograms, it's a big apple. And I told you each banana is 5 kilograms, what will be the total weight of the basket? 7. Oh, good morning. How are you, Asha?
Good. How are
Here, good. Hi, man. Just a note, I'll be recording the lesson because one of the students are away today.
Okay.
So, yeah. Can I grab your homework, please, if you have it?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't do the homework because I couldn't understand and I didn't know what the hell to do.
Oh, really? Wait,
Yeah.
this is your classwork. Do you have your homework sheet?
What homework should?
Did I not give you a homework sheet?
No.
Did I not? Okay. Okay. Well, here's the homework sheet.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so usually I expect the students to finish off the same sections that I did in class. Yeah, so just keep that in mind for next week. So we are on here. Okay, so I'm just gonna start again from where I left off. All right, so let's just say in a basket, I told you I had 1 apple, and I also had 3 bananas. Okay. Okay, so this is where we continue on. So if I told you each apple is 2 kilograms, big apple, and I told you each banana is 5 kilograms, what would be the total weight of the basket? How would you figure that? 7 in total? So Ryan said 7 as well. So if we had 1 apple and 1 banana, it would be equal to 7, right? But the thing is, we have 1 apple and we have 3 of these bananas, okay? So it wouldn't be 7 because it's not 2 plus 5. So what would the total weight of these 3 bananas be? If 1 banana is 5 kilograms, how heavy is 5? 15 plus the apple, which is 2.
17.
Excellent, 17. Okay. So what you just did is substitution. In other words, you're replacing this A with 2 and you're replacing this B with 5. Okay? So it's basically the same as me asking you how heavy is this basket filled with fruit, and each fruit is a certain weight. Okay? So let's go through some questions here and try to understand this a little bit better. Okay? So this is on teacher's example question A, okay, 4.2. So let's take a look at that. Aisha, do you mind just reading the question out? Evaluate.
Evaluate the following expression: 2a plus 3b.
Good. Okay. So let's try to do the first one. So we have this we have something known as an expression. It's kind of like a sentence in math. Okay. So English has sentence. Math also has a sentence, and this is a sentence. So we have 2a plus 3b, okay, 2 apples plus 3 bananas. If an apple is 1 kilogram and a banana is 3 kilograms, how heavy is this basket? Well, 2 times 1 plus 3 times 3. Actually, let me write it so it's clearer for you guys. 2 times 1 plus 3 times b. Does this make sense to you guys? Yeah? I just replaced the A with a 1 and a B with a 3, okay, which is how heavy each thing is. Does it make sense? Okay, 2 times 1, what's that? 3 times 3, what's that? 9, good. So 2 plus 9 is 11. Cool? Cool? Okay, can you guys copy this down? It's a bit tedious, but I'm making it a little bit more clear. So more steps, but later on I'll shorten down the steps. Does that make sense, Harley? Good. Glad it makes sense. How are you today, by the way? Good? Good weekend? Glad to hear. I can't speak to you, but you know. Okay, moving on. Next one. What if A is equal to -2 and B is equal to 2? All right, let's try substituting that into our formula. Okay, substituting means replacing the letter with the number. So we have 2 times -2 plus 3 times 2, right? Oh wait, so yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So we do our multiplications first, remember? So what's 2 times -2? You guys remember what 2? -4, good, okay? Because this is a plus times a minus is a minus, and then 2 times 2 is 4. What about this one? 3 times 2.
6.
Good, 6. So plus 6. What is -4 plus 6? Do you guys remember?
2.
2. Excellent. Thank you, Aisha. Great. Copy that down, please. Okay, I'm going to do the next two a bit quicker, just because I think you guys understand it now. So next one is 2 times -3 plus 3 times -2. 2 times -3, that's -6, plus 3 times -2, which is -6. So what happens here? I have a plus and a minus next to each other. They can combine to,
Positive.
not positive, the other one,
Negative.
negative, because they're different signs. If it was negative or plus, then it would be positive.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the first digit and the second, but it's a symbol.
Yeah, it's a symbol, yeah. So plus minus. So -6 minus 6, that is -12. Okay, last one. A is equal to 0 and B is equal to -1. That would be 2 times 0 plus 3 times -1. What's 2 times 0?
0.
0, good. And then it's plus 3 times -1, -3. So this is a minus. 0 minus 3, that's just -3. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense? Great. Okay, copy that down, and then you guys can. Oh wait, there's one more. There's one more. Forgot. So let me double check. Harley can see everything. Harley can see everything. Good on you, Harley. Okay, E, I'm going to do E now. Okay, so if A equals, actually, Caitlin, can I get you to read the question for E?
If A equals 2 and B equals 4, evaluate the following expression.
Thank you. Okay, so for our first expression, we have A squared plus B squared, and now we're told what A and B are. How heavy the A is, how heavy the B is. Okay, so we're just going to replace A squared. We're just going to replace the A with the number. So 2 squared plus, and what do I replace the B with? 4. Thank you. So what does 2 squared mean? Good? Yes, good. Okay, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Aisha. So 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 4 times 4, 16. So 4 plus 16, 20. Okay, next one. Actually, copy that down. Okay, next one, minus 2a plus 2b. That's on the next page. It's on the next page. Okay, I've done it on the board for you. So minus 2 times 2 plus 2 times 4. What's minus 2 times 2? Negative 4. What is 2 times 4? 8. What's minus 4 plus 8? 4. Okay. Last one, I'm just going to do it on the board real quick. So this one's a little bit trickier because you have brackets here. But same thing as always, just replace A and B with their numbers. 2 and 4. What's 2 and 4? 2 and 4, thank you. So 2 plus 4 squared. So we have to do the brackets first. So what's 2 plus 4? 6. So 6 squared. What's 6 squared? 36. Okay, copy that down. And then do the student questions.
When you finish, I will check.
Bring it up. Student questions?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. If it's telling us what it is, what's the answer? How do I get the answer?
Well, it says, so evaluate the following expression, 3a minus 2b. So this is your
Oh,
sentence.
that's the answer, the question.
That's the question, exactly.
And I see what this other one has been.
And then it's,
So basically, it's all talking about the advantages.
I'm going to start doing it on the board. Make sure to check your answers with what I have on the board. Answers are on the board. Double check that you got them correctly. What is going on with the internet? Oh my gosh, my computer has completely frozen. Bro, please. Hello? Why freeze now? There we go, okay. So, it was chapter 5, I think it was. This one?
5 and 7.
5 and 7. So that's it. That's your whole semester exam. Just those two. Oh, okay. That's not too many. That's good. By the way, if you're free on Tuesday, Harley's coming in to do a makeup lesson, and I'm gonna be like teaching her. And if you want to come, you can come in for a study session with her, and you two can do it together if you want. Maybe. Okay. So I'm gonna go to 5A. Okay. And all you have to do is go through every single subchapter, so 5A, 5B, 5C, 5D, and just go and do one question from here, maybe 2 questions from here, maybe 2 questions from here, 2 questions from here, 2 questions from here, and then once you get to problem solving, you stop. Maybe you can do a little bit of problem solving, but you don't really need to. The point is, you do a little bit of questions from each one. Okay? And then you go to 5B, and then you do a couple of questions from here, from here, from here, from here. Usually the end is the hardest ones, so if you can do those, you're good. Does that make sense? It's as simple as that. Okay? And what you do is after you do one question, you immediately flick back to the back of the book. So put a pen in the answers, back of the book, and just flick back and forth and check it. Okay? So don't do all of the questions and then check it. You don't want to do that. You want to do it immediately after you finish the question, so that if you get it wrong, you can immediately fix the mistake. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's it. It's a very straightforward technique, but it works. How do you do it at the moment?
I still have some homework, so I
You
have to do the questions.
still have some homework.
Yes, from those chapters.
Oh, okay. So you haven't even done the...
No, like in class, there's like a booklet where you do things. And
Yeah.
I've already like completed those booklets. There's just
Right.
but the homework has like questions, like what you can tell me. But there's like a lot more.
Oh, so the homework is not like your school's homework is not the Cambridge textbook.
No, like the specific questions from the Cambridge textbook that you have to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot more than what I'm telling you to do.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But like when you study for an exam though, you have to redo those sorts of questions. So it's not like doing them for homework is enough, because oftentimes you forget how you did it and you forget the little details. So you have to sort of like make sure that you know how to do it. Yeah. So go through like every single subchapter. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next.
Well, one question.
Yes.
How do you like when you 2 times minus 5, how do you get 10? It's supposed to be a negative. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is -2 times -5.
Ah, I thought it was minus.
Negative and minus is the same thing. Negative and minus is the same thing.
So, is that positive or negative?
Which one?
So is that answer like -2 and multiply and -5
Yeah.
positive?
Yes, because this is what my eyes are seeing is this thing multiplied by this thing. and I ignore the rest when I'm doing it, okay?
Okay.
Are you looking at this? Is that why?
No.
Oh, okay. But yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good.
And then you just times them together.
Yep.
Okay.
And that becomes the 10, right? And then this separately, this is a 3 times 0, and that gets me the 0.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah. Have you copied down the rest?
Oh no.
Yeah. Maybe just quickly copy down the
Okay.
answers, because we've got to move on. How'd you go in your term 3? Okay.
It
It was
was okay.
okay? Okay. Did everyone do okay, or was it like,
I mean, I'm in a smart class, so like
yeah, everyone's?
they're either like average. or
Yeah. Okay.
I think I did okay.
Rank 1. Top of the class.
No.
Top of the class. If you use that study technique, it's fairly easy to get to the top. Yeah. That's how I got to the top. I believe in you. Okay, I'm gonna start handing over the next text. Next one, yes, goodbye. Just gonna give you guys this. It's all good. Okay, so now we're going to move on to algebra. Fun times. Algebra. So, the stuff I printed you is kind of like the old version of teaching algebra. It follows the Cambridge structure of teaching algebra. And while Cambridge's structure of teaching algebra isn't bad per se, it can be quite confusing for some students. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow a different way of teaching algebra, which is different from Cambridge and other textbooks. So it's going to be a little bit messy in terms of the order that we do things, because usually it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? But today it's going to be like, we might jump over to 5 and then we go back to 1, stuff like that, okay? So I have run through, who have I run through the algebra crash course with at least once? I think maybe you, Caitlin, and maybe you, Ryan. Did I run through that with you during the trial? Okay. Did I run through that with you, Ryan? Ever? Okay. All right, let me run through it, okay? So I'm going to start from the very beginning, and this is an interactive activity, so you guys can just shout out your answers and stuff like that. Okay. All right, so what is an apple plus an apple plus an apple?
3 apples.
3 apples. Great. Now I'm going to, instead of saying apples, I'm just going to say A. Okay, so A plus A plus A. They all look like different A's, but what is this equal to? 3 A's. Okay, so instead of saying 3 A's, I'm just going to say 3A, because in math there's no apostrophe S. Okay, it's just 3A. Great, this is algebra. Okay, this is the beginning of algebra. Algebra is where you work with numbers and you work with letters. Why do you do that? To torture ourselves. Just kidding, we don't do it to torture ourselves. We do it because this becomes very useful when you're an adult and you want to fly rockets to space, when you want to predict the stock market, when you want to do all these kinds of calculations, you use algebra, okay? All right, so let me explain some really fundamental ideas in algebra. Aisha, if I have a plus 3 equals 5, what do you think a is? 2. Excellent. You work that out through trial and error, right? Just in your mind, you're like, okay, 2 obviously fits in this. Okay, great. What about 5 times a equals 20? Ryan? 4. Excellent. Okay. Again, we use trial and error. Now, there's the trial and error there's a trial and error method of figuring out a, but there's also the algebraic way of figuring out a. Okay, and we need to know that. We need to know how to use algebra to figure out what a is, because right now these equations are very simple. Okay, these questions are very simple, but sometimes they can go to like, plus 2a minus 5. It can look like this. Okay, and you can't use trial and error anymore. Okay, so you need to know the techniques in order to solve something like this. So what is the method for figuring out a? Okay, so let me explain something to you first. In primary school, how do you read this in English? You say 1 plus 4 equals 5, right? That's what you say. What you're doing is you're reading from left to right, right? Okay, that's how you do it in primary school. But in algebra, it's a little bit different. Okay, so let me explain. Let's go back to our question from before. Was it this? Yeah, whatever. It was this. Okay, so this is how I want you to think about algebra. When you look at something like this, you don't read it from left to right. Instead, you imagine that there is a seesaw and it's perfectly balanced. It's flat. Okay, and on the right-hand side of the seesaw is 5 balls. And they the same size. And then on the left-hand side is 3 balls, the 3, and an unknown object. Let's just make this a box, okay? So this box, which is A, plus 3 balls, 3, is equal to 5 balls, okay? So the way I want you guys to imagine it is you have a left-hand side and you have a right-hand side. And the left-hand side and the right-hand side are balanced, okay? So it can't tip left or right. It always have to remain balanced. So how do I figure out how heavy this box is? Well, what I do is I remove 3 balls from both sides, okay? So I remove 3 balls from the left-hand side and I remove 3 balls from the right-hand side. All of a sudden, I realize that the weight of this box is equal to 2 balls, right? Okay, so that means A is equal to 2. Does that match up with our guess from before? Yes, it does, okay? So what are the 2 things that we just learned? Number 1, in algebra, you must maintain balance, okay? What that means is whatever you do to one side, removing 3 balls, you have to do to the other side, also removing 3 balls. Does it make sense? This is algebra law number 1. Algebra law 1, and that is balance. Okay, always has to be balanced. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. The second law, my law, but it's a law, is you have to cancel things out. Okay, so what I essentially did just then was I minus 3 from the left-hand side, and I also minus 3 from the right-hand side. Why did I pick minus 3 and not minus 10 or minus?
You know the answer is, but that's not any number, it's in the number system.
Yeah, pretty much, okay? So basically, minusing 3 is what I do because there are 3 balls on this side, right? And I have to remove them. In other words, I do the opposite of whatever this thing is. So whatever number there is, I try to do the opposite of it to remove it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so algebra law number 2. Sorry?
Is this year 8 work?
Is
This year 8 work?
this is year 7 work. This is year 7 work. Yeah.
Sorry, that.
You already did this?
Yeah.
Great, okay. But I always like to start at the foundations, even for my year 10s or my year 11s, because like for some reason, like with algebra, you always miss these little pieces and it just screws people over. So I always start with the very beginning. Okay, so next thing. So let's say we have a minus 5 is equal to 11. How do we figure out what a is? Okay, what we do is we do the opposite of minus 5. What's the opposite of minus 5?
Plus
Plus 5, excellent. Plus 5. And this is plus 5.
6.
Okay, so a is equal to 16. Yeah, okay, all right, great. What if we had 5 times a is equal to 30? How would we figure this one out? This is a 5 times or a times 5, same thing. What is the opposite of times 5?
Divide.
Divide, excellent. Opposite of times is divide. So we do divide. Now we did divide on this side. What do we have to do to the other side? Also divide, okay? So remember, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So this times 5 and this divide 5, they battle it out. They both die, okay? So you just have a. And then 30 divided by 5 is 6. Making sense so far? Great, easy. And similarly, for a over 3 means a divided by 3, okay? So let's just say a divided by 3 is 5. How do I cancel out this divided by 3? Times 3, okay? Because divide is opposite of times, so times 3. Times 3, oh gosh, times 3. So that's a, and then this side is 15. Make sense? Great. Okay. Next thing. So you guys seem pretty confident with that. That's great. The next thing to learn. Okay, I'm gonna give one question each. No. Let me do this. Okay. So let's say we had 2a plus 1 equals 11. Okay. So this is a harder question to do. How do we do this one? Okay. What we do is we do the addition and subtractions first, and then we do the multiplications second. 2a means 2 times a, by the way. We just don't write the times. So we minus the 1 first, okay? So that equals 10, and then we divide the 2. And that equals a equals 5. Did this process make sense to you guys? Yes. Great. Okay, I'm gonna give one question to each of you. Maybe starting with Aisha. Okay, so what about 3a minus 5 is equal to, okay, I'm being a bit mean here, 35.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's a bad question, sorry, 25. 25.
So let's figure out what a is.
Yes, exactly. Using the process I just taught.
3
No pressure.
divide.
So, when we have something like this, we always want to do the minus and the add first. So this thing. So don't do this thing first, do this thing first.
You add 5 to
Excellent.
minus 5.
Good.
Then you plus 5 there.
Yep.
And then
And then,
you add them to 3.
so tell me what to write.
I have no idea.
Okay, so these 5 minus 5 and plus 5, they cancel out. Okay, so they're gone, right?
Yeah.
So our new equation is just 3a now. Equals something.
30.
30. Excellent. Okay, can you see how they eliminated each other? Yeah. Okay, then what do I do?
And then you do the step after that.
Yeah, because it's not a equals something yet, right? There's still a 3.
You minus 3.
What is this 3? Is it a times, divide, plus or add, plus or minus?
You divide 3.
Divide. Good, because this is a times, right? So we divide 3, and what do I do to this side?
Divide by 3.
Good. What's the next line?
I don't know.
So times 3 and divide 3 cancel each other out. Yeah.
0. I
So-
don't know.
So times 3 and divide 3, they cancel each other out, right? So we just have an a. That's what's left. Yeah? And that equals 30 divided by 3 is 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So the main thing to understand here is we cancel things out. Okay? So This cancels out with this, okay, leaving us with nothing. And then we also cancel this one out. Cancel the times 3 with a divide 3.
Okay.
Cool? Great. So, okay, I'm going to give one to Kaylin. We've done this last year, right, in tutoring? Yeah, okay, great. So, 5a minus 2 is equal to 23.
Okay, first you positive 2 to both sides.
Positive 2 to both sides, yep.
And you write 5a equals 25.
Yep.
And then you have to divide 5 from both sides.
Divide 5 on both sides. Why is it divide 5?
Because 5a is basically just 5 times a.
Good, okay, so I cancel it out.
And then it's a equals 5.
Good. Thank you. Ryan. Thinking whether I should do a hard one. Here.
I'm going to do minus 3 to 9.
So, what do I do?
Plus 3 to 9.
Plus 3 to 9, okay.
And plus 3 to 3.
Yep.
And then do 2a
Yep.
equals 13.
Close. 12.
Up 12.
Yep.
Divide 12 by 2,
Divide 12 by 2. Yep.
which is 6. A equals 6.
So divide this side by 2 as well. Yep. 6. Great. Very nice. It's freezing in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. So that's that. So this is actually, what I just told you is actually part of Algebra 2. We're doing Algebra 1 right now. Doesn't matter. Okay, next thing to learn. My name is John Cena. This is an English sentence. Yes, have you guys seen this before in English? Okay, this is a sentence in English. This is a sentence in algebra. Okay? Also known as an algebraic expression. That's the proper term for it. We don't call it a math sentence. Okay. The individual words in here are my name is John Cena. Okay? And we know that because there's a gap between each word. Now, for algebra, these are the individual parts of that sentence, okay? We don't call them words, we call them terms, okay? Terms. Okay, so we have, how many words do we have on the sentence? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many terms do we have in our algebraic sentence? 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. So, you guys need to understand what makes up a term. Okay, what are the components of a term? Okay, so let me explain. Actually, there should be a sign here. Let me explain. There are 3 components to a term. You ready? Number 1 is the sign. Sign can either be positive or negative. Positive or negative. The next one is the, what do you call it? Pronumeral? Numeral. Okay, so it's the number. We call it the pronumeral. Okay, and this number can be any number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next thing is the variable. It's the letter or the letters. Okay, so we have these 3 things. So, Aisha, let me ask you. For this term over here, what's the sign?
Negative.
What's the number? The pronumeral? What's the variable?
Y.
Good. Kaylin, for the next term, what is the sign?
Positive
What's the number or pronumeral? And what's the variables?
A and B.
A and B. Excellent. Does it make sense? Okay. So each of these are kind of like words. Now, one thing to note. In a English sentence, you can't really rearrange the words without it being confusing. You can't say my senior is named John, right? Doesn't make sense. But in algebra, you can rearrange each of these and it doesn't change the meaning of the algebraic sentence. Okay, so I can bring this to the front such that it is now plus 3ab plus 5x minus 2y. So what I did is just move this to the front. That doesn't change. This thing is exactly the same as this thing. Okay, it doesn't change. Does it make sense? Great. Okay. So I'm going to ask, am I missing something? Oh, one more thing. Ryan, for this term, what is the sign? What is the pronumeral or number? And what is the variable?
Minus.
No, there is no variable. It was a trick question. Yeah? Okay, so for some terms, there is no variable. There's no letter there. Okay, and that's fine. There's just no letter. Cool? Okay, great. So there is that. Let me quickly. Oh dear, I said the wrong thing. Sorry. I got mixed up. This thing is not called pronumeral. It's called coefficient. Sorry, I got mixed up. Coefficient or number. I usually just call it number. So let's go and do the first section of algebra. Okay? So we can just very quickly go through that now. Okay. All right, teacher example. Aisha, can I get you to read the teacher example 1.3?
For the expression 3a minus 2b plus c minus c.
Yep, list the individual terms. Great. Okay, list the individual terms. What are the terms? So the first term is 3a. The next one is minus 2b. The next one is plus c. And the next one is minus 6. Okay. The way we figure out which one's which is there's a sign in front of each of them, except for the first one. Now, I'm just going to get you guys to copy that down. Now, here's a random rule, right? So in English, you know the first letter of the capital letter, right? Now, in algebra, these algebraic sentences, we have also a weird rule. Okay, the weird rule is if the first term, okay, 3a is the first term, if its sign is positive, we don't write the positive. Not that it's not there, we just don't write it. Okay, so what's the sign in front of 3a? Positive. Okay, so it's positive 3. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, next thing. State the coefficients of a, b, and c. Coefficient of a is 3. Coefficient, so the number in front of b is minus 2. And the coefficient of c is... Oh, what's the coefficient of c, by the way? Here's another weird rule.
0.
Not 0, 1. Okay, very weird rule. So if we don't see any number in front of a term, then it's 1. Yeah. Many weird rules. Last thing, what is the constant term? The constant term is the term that doesn't have a variable, doesn't have a letter. What will that be? It will be this one, minus 6. Okay. So if it doesn't have a term, if it doesn't have a letter, sorry, then it is a constant term. Okay. Can you guys do the student questions, please? In our last couple of minutes. Harley, is everything making sense? Does it make sense? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to write them on the board.
Wait, what if the box and could say what's a constant term and is none?
Yep, just write none. Answers on the board. Double check. What was the last section of topic 2? 4? Section 4. Okay, write down your homework, please. So for topic 1, which we finished off today, section 4. And for topic 2, section 1. Okay, so basically whatever we did in class today. You guys write that down somewhere on your paper and show me that you've written it down.
So what section?
Section 4. This is section 4.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So just write it on the front of your pages and show me that you've written it down. And this is topic 2's homework. Topic 2, here you go. Show me you've written it down. and then you can go. Yep. Yep. Good. Yep. All right, see you guys. Bye, Holly. Everyone say bye, Holly. Bye.